Hey, Jason Rogers here, and in this video, I want to talk about doing a lot of good deals fast or doing fewer amounts of great deals, and really where on that spectrum we play and some of the considerations that maybe you want to think about if you're looking to structure and complete deals in your life, whether that's in buying businesses or in buying real estate. Now, for us, we at Brighter Living certainly fall closer to the fewer deals done superbly than do a lot of deals done pretty well. We want great deals even if there's fewer of them. And the reason for us is because what we have been trying to do with Brighter Living from really the early stages is let's do one or two deals that are incredible. Let's operate those deals like superhumans. Let's get audited financials or some form of confirmed financials on these first couple of acquisitions we make. And then let's take those financials to some of the biggest financial groups, whether it's pension funds or private equity funds or just hugely rich individuals. Let's take those financials and really our body of work to these massively wealthy groups, and then we'll partner with them and be able to get access to a tremendously high amount of capital, which in the real estate world where I'm in is really useful if you're trying to compete with the biggest players, right? You really, I would say, can't simply leverage commercial debt in buying real estate. You can do no money down real estate deals, no doubt, but you're usually leveraging the equity of somebody else. It's really tough to only use commercial debt and to grow to a massive amount. Like we want to be a billion-dollar, multi-billion-dollar group in the next 10 plus years. So we're going to need to partner with somebody with, ideally $500 million they're willing to deploy into the marketplace with us to get to that point. So for us, it's not about doing 15 different deals. It's about doing 2, 3, or 4 different deals and really optimizing each of those operational processes in each of those deals so that we just, improve NOI, improve occupancy, really just master everything in our power. And then we're able to say, hey, look, if the only thing keeping us from getting to $1 billion is capital. If we partnered, I'm talking to you now, you're a billionaire. If we partner, we're going to be able to get you this percent return. This is how we're going to do it. We're going to use these principles and scale. And what do you say? Let's do this thing. And that's the pitch we're building now. Now, along those lines, two of the individuals that have really morphed and I would say sharpened my perception in regards to how frequently you should do deals and how you should look at the process of considering whether or not to do a deal, the guys that have influenced me the most have been Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger. Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger, they're obviously some of the more successful men you're going to find in history. You probably know them from Berkshire Hathaway and from the Berkshire Hathaway shareholders meetings. You can see a lot of their talks on YouTube and on social media, in particular on YouTube. And some of the things that you're going to find if you study them, firstly, you're going to hear Charlie Munger say, we stay remarkably patient until we see a no-brainer deal, and then we pull the trigger extremely fast. That's paraphrasing Charlie Munger. And you're going to see Warren Buffett talk about how he looks at a host of factors beyond the financials and beyond traditional due diligence to make the decision. He looks at things like, does management tap dance to work every single day? Is there a strong barrier to entry for getting into the industry or the asset class I'm about to buy? If I'm buying a candy company, if I'm buying a company that makes the frames outside of pictures, right? If I'm getting into X or Y or Z business, or if I'm buying X or Y or Z real estate, is there a moat around that business such that a competitor can't come in and take away market share from me? That's something that Warren Buffett is really looking for. But what both of those two individuals really preach is patience and pragmatism. They're not trying to get rich quick. They're looking, as Warren Buffett has famously said, if you don't want to own it for 10 years, don't own it for 10 minutes. And the philosophy behind that, I believe, is basically saying, hey, look, you want to feel really, 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 really good about something before you buy it, whether it's stock or whether it's the business itself. You've heard our business strategy where we're looking to only do a couple of deals incredibly so that we can then take that to some of the wealthiest funds and wealthiest investors and wealthiest individuals on the planet and say, hey, let's partner and let's grow to $1 billion business. That's our game plan. Now, that may or may not work in your business. You have to think creatively and strategically for you. But I wanted to have this conversation with you because I think sometimes it's so sexy to think, oh my gosh, I want to do a deal. There's this doing a deal anxiety that I think has candidly been felt by anybody who's looking to do deals in the acquisitions or mergers or finance spaces, right? There's this desire to do deals. And while that, of course, is a good thing to have, I believe, I think you equally want that that fair amount of pragmatism on the other side of the spectrum if you truly believe yourself to be somebody that would be very successful in another set of occupations in your life, right? So if you're somebody that doesn't necessarily believe, if you're hoping, then sure, just go pull the trigger, do as many deals as you want, and go after it, right? And by all means, knock them dead. You may be a tremendous success that way. But for me, as somebody that deeply bets on myself, I'm not looking to hope my way to success. I'm looking to be a sniper that perfectly picks out targets and destroys them when I see a target that's ready to be hit, right? So I'm comfortable with not pulling the trigger as many times, comfortable with not doing as many deals, but when I do a deal, I want to make sure that I'm really a sniper in my approach and in my execution. That's how we're running Brighter Living Properties, and I thought I would share some of the distinctions that you may be going through or some of the thoughts you may be having as you look to do deals. I hope this video has been valuable. If it has, engage with it. Tell me what you think below. Throw it some love, and I will talk to you in the next one.